Sometimes it feels as if life keeps repeating itself. The same emotions, the same challenges, the same inner battles. It can make the heart heavy, as if no matter how much effort is made, something unseen holds things in place. Yet, in this moment, something beautiful is being discovered. Every single thought is like a seed, silently shaping the garden of one's reality. This is not about guilt or blame. It is about awakening to the gentle truth that thoughts are living energy. They are the starting point of everything that unfolds. The mind is not simply reacting to life. It is continually designing it. When this is understood, life no longer feels like something happening to us. It becomes something happening through us. A thought begins as a whisper in the mind, yet it carries the power to move mountains in the unseen world. Every idea, belief, and expectation forms an invisible blueprint that the outer world quietly follows. When a person begins to change the inner conversation, the world cannot help but respond. This is the natural law of creation. Just as the earth knows what to do when a seed is planted, the universe knows how to bring forth the experiences that match the energy of thought. If the mind is filled with fear and limitation, the soil of life produces more of the same. But when love, gratitude, and faith are planted instead, new realities blossom with grace and ease. There is no need to rush this process. It begins gently, with awareness. Notice the thoughts that arise throughout the day. Some are soft and kind, others may be harsh or critical. Instead of resisting them, allow them to be seen. The simple act of noticing begins to loosen their power. Then, choose one loving thought and hold it softly, as if holding a small candle in the dark. That light begins to expand. In time, it will outshine every old shadow that once seemed so strong. A comforting affirmation to keep close might be, each loving thought I choose is creating a brighter, more peaceful world for me. When the relationship between thought and reality is understood, something miraculous happens. The world feels less random. There is purpose in the patterns, order in what once seemed chaotic. Thoughts are not just words in the mind. They are energy frequencies that magnetize experiences to match them. A joyful thought hums at a higher vibration. A fearful thought lowers the tone. Life mirrors the song being played inside. This is not mystical fantasy, it is energetic law. Everything vibrates, and what is sent out always returns in kind. The body, too, responds to the melody of the mind. Loving thoughts calm the heartbeat, soften the muscles, and open the breath. Fearful thoughts do the opposite. They tighten and constrict, as if the body is bracing for a storm. The good news is that the storm can be stilled simply by changing the tune. The body and mind are not separate instruments. They are one symphony of energy. Every emotion is a message, a language through which the body speaks. When peace is felt within, the cells align in harmony. When resentment or worry lingers, the body listens to that as well, responding with tension or discomfort. This is not punishment, it is feedback, a loving signal asking for gentler thoughts. The body longs to be spoken to with kindness. Whisper to it softly, "It's safe to relax now. I am listening. I am sending love to every cell." Watch how quickly the body responds. The shoulders ease, the breath deepens, and energy begins to flow again. This is the power of awareness. It turns even discomfort into communication and healing. Science now echoes what ancient wisdom has always known. Thoughts can alter the chemistry of the body. When loving and peaceful ideas fill the mind, the brain releases hormones that nourish and repair. When fear dominates, stress chemicals flood the system. The cells become like children responding to the tone of a parent's voice. They thrive under encouragement, but they shrink under criticism. So speak to yourself with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend. The body listens always. When it feels loved, it begins to heal naturally. Even small moments of gratitude or calm thought can create visible changes in well-being. Each time peace is chosen over panic, the entire inner world becomes more balanced. Becoming aware of thought patterns is like turning on a light in a dim room. So many of these thoughts are not truly ours. They were gathered from family, culture, or past experiences. They became habits that repeat automatically, forming the background noise of daily life. Yet none of them are permanent. Thoughts are not fixed stones. They are clouds passing through the sky of the mind. Begin to watch them without judging. Simply ask, does this thought help me or hurt me? When awareness replaces reaction, freedom is born. In that still moment, a new choice can be made. It does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be honest. Start noticing patterns gently. Perhaps there are recurring thoughts of unworthiness or fear of lack. Instead of pushing them away, look at them as old recordings. They may have been useful once, a way of protecting the self, but they are no longer needed. Thank them for trying to help and then release them with love. Each time an old belief arises, meet it with a new one. If the mind says, I can't, softly respond, I am learning to. If it whispers, I'm not enough, breathe in and say, I am worthy of good in every area of my life. This is not pretending, it is retraining. Over time, the subconscious mind begins to believe the new story, and life mirrors that new truth back. A helpful practice is journaling. Each morning or evening, write down the thoughts that most often appear. Do they bring peace or tension? Do they uplift or drain energy? This is not a test. It is a mirror for self-awareness. Once these patterns are visible, choose one to transform. For example, if the thought, I never have enough is common, replace it with, life supports me in every way. Repeat it throughout the day, especially when the old thought returns. Speak it aloud with feeling, for emotion is the fuel of transformation. Each repetition builds a new neural pathway, a bridge from limitation to freedom. Awareness also grows through presence. Pause often and feel what a thought does to the body. Does the chest tighten? Does the stomach relax? The body never lies. It is a perfect gauge of alignment with truth. Loving thoughts feel light. Fearful thoughts feel heavy. The goal is not to suppress negative thoughts, but to understand their message and gently redirect them. Over time, this practice becomes natural. The mind learns to lean toward peace. Then, even when challenges arise, they are met with calmness instead of resistance. As awareness deepens, a quiet realization appears. The power to create change has always been within. There was never a need to search outside for permission or proof. The inner dialogue has always been the key. Each time a kind thought is chosen, the entire energy field brightens. Life begins to organize itself differently, not because the world changed, but because perception did. This is how thoughts create reality, not through force, but through alignment with love. In moments of doubt, place a hand over the heart and breathe. Whisper softly, I am the thinker of my thoughts, and I choose peace now. Feel how that single sentence shifts energy. The body relaxes, the breath flows easily, the heart opens. It is in these small, consistent moments that transformation takes root. Life responds in kind, with opportunities, synchronicities, and gentle reminders that the universe always supports loving thought. What once seemed impossible begins to unfold naturally, and it all begins with one simple act, choosing a better thought. When a new thought pattern begins to take root, something gentle happens within. The awareness grows deeper. There is a sense of watching the mind instead of being caught inside it. Many of the thoughts that flow each day were never chosen consciously. They were learned long ago. They may have been inherited from family, absorbed from the environment, or shaped by past experiences. They repeat so often that they begin to feel like truth, but they are only memories, echoes of what once was. And when they are observed without judgment, they begin to lose their hold. Awareness turns them into light, and light always dissolves illusion. It is not about fighting against old beliefs or criticizing the self for having them. It is about recognizing them for what they are, programs running in the background, waiting for permission to be rewritten. When the mind is filled with self-critical or fearful thoughts, it is like living under a cloudy sky. But the sky itself is never gone. It is only covered for a while. The clouds pass, and the clear sky returns. That sky is the true self, peaceful, limitless, and open. Begin to connect with that inner clarity by pausing throughout the day and gently asking, "What am I thinking right now?" The question itself brings awareness. It interrupts the old automatic patterns and invites presence to step in. Awareness can feel uncomfortable at first. The mind may resist and say, "But I've always thought this way." Yet, every pattern once began with a single repetition. If it was learned, it can be unlearned. There is no such thing as being trapped by thought. The power to choose a new one always exists. Each moment is a fresh beginning. Even when old fears return, they are simply reminders of where love still needs to be applied. Think of them as signals, not enemies. When they appear, whisper softly, "I see you and I release you with love." This gentle recognition transforms heaviness into peace. A simple way to deepen awareness is through journaling. Write freely, without editing, about the thoughts that visit most often. Notice their tone. Are they supportive or harsh, encouraging or limiting? As these patterns become visible on paper, the distance between the self and the thought grows. That space is freedom. The pen becomes a mirror reflecting the unseen mind. From that space, begin introducing new thoughts that feel kinder. At first, they might seem strange or unbelievable, but consistency turns them into truth. Say or write this affirmation: "I am free to choose thoughts that support my highest good." Repeat it as often as needed. The subconscious listens quietly, and with time, it begins to accept it as its new foundation. Now, the work becomes more intimate, reprogramming the subconscious mind with love. The subconscious is like fertile soil. Whatever is planted within it will grow. It does not judge or question, it simply responds. For many, that soil has been filled with seeds of fear, unworthiness, or doubt. But those seeds can be replaced with new ones, planted with care and repeated often until they take root. This process is not about force, it is about tenderness. Speak gently to the self. Speak lovingly, as if speaking to a child who only ever needed reassurance. The most powerful moment to reprogram the mind is when it is relaxed, upon waking and before sleep. At these times, the conscious guard is down, and new beliefs can easily settle in. Try placing a hand over the heart before sleeping and softly saying, "Every cell of my being is open to love. I am safe, I am worthy, and I am enough." The subconscious will absorb those words like nourishment. Repeat them with feeling, not as a demand, but as an offering of truth. In the morning, look into the mirror, meet your own eyes, and affirm, "I am willing to see myself through the eyes of love today." The reflection in the mirror is not just the body, it is the consciousness that creates everything seen in life. Sometimes the old programming will try to return. The mind might whisper, "This is too hard," or "I've tried before." In those moments, breathe deeply. Each breath is a reset. a reminder that the present moment is always more powerful than the past. The past cannot enter unless invited. When the inner voice becomes negative, do not argue with it, soothe it. Say, "It's all right. We are learning a new way now." That gentle reassurance tells the subconscious that it is safe to change. Love is always stronger than fear. Fear demands control. Love invites trust. Each loving affirmation builds new connections in the brain, new pathways in the heart, and new patterns in the body's energy field. This process may seem invisible, but its effects are very real. Small acts of love ripple outward. Soon, situations begin to shift. People respond differently. Opportunities open that once seemed unreachable. These are reflections of the new energy within. When the inner dialogue becomes kind, life mirrors that kindness back. The universe listens closely to the energy behind words and thoughts. So when affirmations are spoken sincerely, their vibration travels far beyond what can be seen. Within the quiet of the mind, imagination becomes a bridge between thought and manifestation. Every invention, every success, every healing begins first as an image held with belief. The mind cannot distinguish between an experience vividly imagined and one physically lived. It responds to both the same way. This is why it is so important to use imagination with love. When peaceful, uplifting images are held in the mind, the body and emotions align with them. Energy flows toward them. They begin to take form in the outer world. Belief is the heart of this process. A thought without belief is like a seed left unwatered. It holds potential but never grows. Yet when belief is added, the energy changes. Belief is the emotional agreement that says, "Yes, this is possible for me." It invites the universe to join in creation. Belief can be cultivated gently. Begin by remembering moments, even small ones, when positive expectations were fulfilled. Let those memories strengthen faith in the unseen. The more evidence the mind receives, the more it opens to possibility. Imagination works best when infused with feeling. Instead of merely thinking, allow the body to feel the outcome as if it were already real. Feel the peace, the joy, the relief. Let the heart expand with gratitude. This emotional state communicates directly with universal energy. It tells life what kind of reality is desired. There is no need to force or strain. The universe does not respond to pressure but to sincerity. Sit quietly each day, even for a few minutes, and visualize a version of life that feels harmonious. Hold that image softly. The goal is not to escape the present, but to bless it while inviting something higher. Sometimes the imagination may bring up fear. What if this never happens? What if I'm fooling myself? These are normal responses from a mind that has been trained to doubt. When they arise, acknowledge them and let them pass. Then return to love. Say gently, "It's safe for me to dream. It's safe for me to expect good over time." Imagination becomes not an escape, but a sacred act of creation. Each loving image is a message sent into the field of infinite intelligence, and the universe always answers in kind. Through belief and imagination, the inner world becomes fertile ground for transformation. This is where new realities are born, within thought, nurtured by feeling, and supported by trust. Whisper softly, "My mind is a sacred space where new realities are born." Let that truth settle deep into the heart. Life listens. Energy responds. The transformation has already begun. When understanding deepens about the energy of thought, it becomes clear that everything is vibration. Every emotion, word, and idea carries its own frequency, much like notes on a musical scale. When the inner tone rises through joy, peace, or gratitude, life begins to harmonize with that frequency. It draws experiences, people, and opportunities that match that vibration. When the tone lowers through fear or resentment, the energy field becomes heavy and life mirrors that heaviness. There is no punishment in this law. It is pure reflection. The universe listens and simply says yes to whatever energy is being sent out. This truth can be seen everywhere. A kind word spoken with sincerity can uplift the atmosphere of an entire room. A loving intention can calm tension without a single action. The air changes, the body relaxes, and hearts open. This is vibration in motion. The same happens within. When loving thoughts are held, the vibration of the whole being shifts. The body responds with balance, the mind clears, and energy flows freely. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations of all. It tells the universe, I am already blessed, and that state attracts more to be thankful for. A simple practice is to pause several times each day and focus on what feels good right now. Perhaps it is the warmth of sunlight, the rhythm of the breath, or the comfort of a quiet space. Feel appreciation for that single moment. No matter how small, gratitude opens the heart wider. It tunes the vibration to abundance instead of lack. Even when life seems uncertain, there is always something to appreciate. The ability to think, to breathe, to hope. These are gifts that anchor the mind in peace. Thoughts become powerful when practiced consistently. A single loving thought can bring a spark of light, but repeated loving thoughts build an inner sun. The universe recognizes consistency. It responds to steady energy more than fleeting bursts. Just as water shapes stone through constant flow, loving focus shapes reality through persistence. Each time a kind thought replaces a fearful one, a new pathway strengthens in the brain and energy field. That pathway becomes easier to travel until it feels natural. Consistency can be nurtured through simple rituals. Begin the morning by setting a gentle intention such as, today I choose peace and clarity. Carry it quietly through the day. Before sleeping, review the day through the lens of gratitude. Name 3 things that brought a sense of joy or peace, however small. These small practices send a continuous signal to the universe, I am ready for harmony. Over time, the outer world mirrors the inner commitment. Even challenges begin to appear as opportunities for growth. The energy that once attracted chaos now attracts understanding and support. It is important not to rush this process. Creation unfolds in divine timing, not human timing. The universe is never late, it is always precise. When seeds are planted in the earth, they do not bloom the next morning. They grow in silence, underground, hidden from sight. Thoughts and affirmations work the same way. There is a period where nothing seems to happen, yet transformation is taking place within. The subconscious is rearranging, the energy field is adjusting, and life is preparing to meet the new vibration. Trust this unseen work. Patience is a form of faith. Control often comes from fear, the belief that without constant effort, things will fall apart. But creation flourishes through trust, not tension. Trust is not about doing nothing, it is about doing with peace. It is knowing that once a loving intention is set, the universe takes it from there. To release control, breathe deeply and let the body soften. Whisper gently, I am safe to let life unfold in perfect timing. The more this is practiced, the lighter the heart feels. What once required struggle begins to flow naturally. There is freedom in letting go. When resistance is released, energy that was once blocked starts to move again. Opportunities arise not because they are chased, but because they are allowed. The universe moves toward openness, not contraction. Surrender is not giving up. It is aligning with the greater intelligence that guides all things. It is trusting that the same power that moves the stars also moves through the heart. When there is faith in that intelligence, even silence feels full of purpose. From this space of trust, life becomes a dance between intention and surrender. Thoughts plant the seed, love nurtures it, and faith allows it to bloom. There is no need to force the rhythm. The universe is already responding, already orchestrating synchronicities that will appear at the perfect moment. Every kind word, every peaceful thought, every act of gratitude builds the bridge to the next reality. As the understanding of thought deepens, it becomes clear that reality is not fixed. It is fluid, continuously shaped by awareness. The world is not outside of consciousness. It is a reflection of it. When love is chosen, love returns. When peace is chosen, peace grows. Life is not a punishment nor a test. It is a mirror of vibration. Every sunrise is another invitation to create again, more consciously, more lovingly. In this moment, take a slow breath. Feel how life moves in and out with every inhale and exhale. The same intelligence that keeps the breath flowing guides everything. It knows what to release, what to heal, what to bring forth. Whisper gently, I am one with the creative power of the universe. My thoughts are blessings in motion. Allow this truth to settle deep within. Transformation is not a sudden event. It is a soft awakening. Each loving thought is a step toward freedom. Each moment of awareness opens another door. There will be days when old patterns return, and that is all right. Growth is not linear. It is cyclical, like the seasons. When those moments come, remember that nothing is lost. Love never disappears. It simply waits to be chosen again. The journey of thought creation is the journey of remembering power. It is realizing that everything needed has always been within. There is no outer force greater than the inner truth of love. No past so heavy that it cannot be healed by compassion. No future so uncertain that it cannot be shaped by faith. Every new thought chosen in love reshapes reality itself. So take this as a gentle reminder. The power that breathes life into the universe also breathes through every thought, every word, every heartbeat. Choose thoughts that uplift. Speak words that bless. Nurture beliefs that bring peace. For each of these is a seed that grows into a reality of beauty and abundance. And when doubt arises, close the eyes, breathe, and repeat softly. I am the artist of my reality. My thoughts create harmony and love. I trust the process of life, for life loves me. Let this be the quiet truth carried forward, that love, when chosen again and again, becomes the language through which the universe responds. From this moment onward, a new reality is already unfolding. One thought, one breath, one gentle affirmation at a time.